we followed in the dance. The garbage pot is melting in the dark. All the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the chaos in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to make it, and I'll never have that recipe I recall the yellow cotton dresses rolling like a wave on the ground beneath your
Morning, everyone.
birds like tender babies in your hand, and the old men playing shiny stars by the tree. The garden's moss is melting in the dark. All the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left
Morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. Morning, everybody. Morning. I'm too late. I started too late to say hi to everybody without rattling off everybody's name. But good morning, everybody. Thanks again for all the happy birthdays. We've got a couple of minutes. In all caps, really?
It's raining, it's pouring. My love life is boring me to tears. After all these years, no sunshine, no moonlight, no stardust, no sad romance. We don't stand the same. I always dreamed I'd find the perfect lover, but he turned out to be like every other man I love.
Hey, Michelle. Thank you, Deborah. Yes, Shannon, the Shim Sham was great. Thanks, Nora. Thanks, everybody, for the birthday wishes. This is what I think about my birthdays. Enough is enough. I'm done. Right? I just stop here. I was about to say, pot calling kettle. So I said pot calling kettle. Angelique, the shirt you gave me will be on my workout on Tuesday morning. Lori. Melissa, thank you. What did Marianne say? Can we do this what? Scroll up, baby. Yes. Yes, Marianne, we can make this in May as well. What you can't see is me is over here going like this. Sarah Van Drake. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Michelle. Kincaid. That's right. If you don't like disco, that means you can't dance. We'll start right after this song. Give everybody a chance to get on. I love that you all come join me on Sunday and we start off everything with disco. Like it's the best, right? Monet, I can see you at home dancing right now in your kitchen. I can see it. Thank you, Gail. Make sure you have a pen and paper today. We're not going to start with a pen and paper, but we need it. You get an extra piece of paper as well, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So a pen and paper, make sure you have an extra piece of paper you can tear up. Morning, Jamie Ma. Alexa, stop. Oh wow, did I just stop on I will on first I was afraid?
Yes,
I was petrified. That's almost criminal. Maybe we'll end with that. Maybe I'll play I Will Survive at the end today. So, anyways, how we doing? We're about 91. We've been over 100 the last couple weeks, so I was going to give it a couple minutes. But good morning, everybody. How are you? And thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it very, very much. As most of you know, all of you know, I turned 50 on Friday, which was great. It's this month is a couple of biggies, right? So it's not just April's not just my 50th. I also went in April the first time, like really dancing, where I went to this place called Swiss Park. So this month is 35 years of dancing. Exactly 35 years happened the first week of April, and it's my 50th birthday. So 50 years on the planet, 35 years of dancing. Here we go. All right, so some things I want to talk about, right? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. So, and yes. Hi, Rita. Hi, Billy. Great. I love when my Europeans are all coming in. That's awesome. All right, so let's talk. We're going to talk a little bit today about, we're going to break today up into two categories, right? So I'm going to do a little bit of muscular thought, some thought process about muscular and some stuff that you can do and some weight transfer exercises. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about musicality. Then I'm actually going to give you homework, and I'm going to give you homework that you have to post on this page, right? So we're going to have like real homework for all of you to have to do and give you guys something to do while you're at home. By the way, I hope you're all staying safe through all this still, and I can't wait to see you all soon. I know a couple of events just canceled in May, so it looks like May. By the way, I'll be talking about this in the next week or so, but we'll continue this on in May. If you guys want to stay with me for Sundays with me and make this the weekly thing that we've been doing, we'll carry this all the way through May, and I'll talk about that later. Anyways, okay, so mindful muscular movement. Mindful muscular movement, or you can say mindful muscular motion. Maybe that sounds better. Mindful muscular motion, right? So that's what we've been talking about. That's been our running theme for the last, is it 6 weeks now? 5 weeks? This is the sixth week. Wow. All right. So so this is the sixth week. So we've been talking a lot about being mindful with our muscles, in how we move, because it's how we transfer in between the beats, right, that makes us look like a dancer. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to give you one of my favorite exercises. I did have a question from last week. I'm so sorry. Obviously it was my birthday week, and I didn't put a thread for questions from last week, and I'm so sorry. Jonathan Pritchard had one. Jonathan, are you on? If you're on, say yes. Hey, David. Hey, Maria. Joanna. Yes, Danny. I'm still hoping that Juno will be in Reno. All right, so I don't know if Jonathan's on or not, but he said if I do a cross and cross, and I didn't know what he meant by that on his anchor. So if he went like cross and cross, or cross and cross to then step back, is that fifth and fifth? So I'm not sure where you were crossing, Jonathan, but if you were toe to heel, you were fifth position. The question was, if I do a type of cross and cross for my anchor, am I doing fifth and fifth? It's really just think of it this way. If I'm toe to heel, I'm fifth. By the way, like in couples dancing, lots of times we say extended fifth, extended third. It's not something you hear in other dance forms, but sometimes if I go to third, right, if I'm in third foot position and I take my anchor and I'm like this, we could say that's an extended third. Ballet dancers would say, isn't that just a fourth because I look like I'm walking? But we can say we extend to a third. We can say we extend from a fifth, right? So sometimes you'll hear couples dancers say extended third or extended fifth. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, Jonathan. I don't even know if you're on, but you had asked that. He said he'd watch later. Okay, great. So, so no questions from last week, right? Because I didn't do anything. I didn't do a question thread. All right, here's what I want you all to do. I want you to get 2 pieces of paper. Now, some of you are going to go like, oh, I've done this drill before. Not what I'm about to tell you to do today. I have brand new additions to my paper drill. So what I want you all to do right now is take a piece of paper, quarter it, right? And rip it so that you take 2, so that you have 2 of the quarters of the paper. Don't do a full half, right? Fold it in 4s, rip it. I'm going to give you all a second to do that. If you have a couple of brand new dollar bills or 10s or whatever, you can grab that too. But everybody take paper. Target time. What's up, Shay? The hollers will work, yes. Shay Patel, we have to talk later, by the way. I'm just putting that out there right now. I need your help with something. All right, so I'm just giving you guys all a second to do this. Cool? Everybody's getting their paper? If you guys just give me a quick thumbs up once it's ripped, that would be great. By the way, I just also want to say all of the messages. I got lots of messages and videos, private videos, and a bunch of other videos. And my amazing girlfriend, Mia, who's hanging out over there, reached out to a bunch of people to send me happy birthday videos. And I can't thank those people enough. It was really an amazing birthday, to be quarantined, but then to have so many wonderful messages from people from all over the world. All right, we have lots of thumbs up, right? Right, great, thank you. Thumbs up if you have your paper. 2 pieces of paper, 2 pieces of paper, 2 pieces of paper. Now, some of you, if you're on carpet doing this, you're going to struggle a little bit. It doesn't work so great on carpet. You can still go through the exercise without the paper. If you're on carpet, you can still do it. If depending on your carpet, you still may be able to do it. You should try it, but some of you will struggle with it. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and some of you can catch up. All right. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to put the paper underneath.
Do you need shoes?
You do not need shoes. I'm in socks right now. You can have shoes if you want shoes on. That's fine, but you do not have to have shoes. You can be. I probably wouldn't be barefoot because there's a chance that your skin will stick to the paper, right? So we don't want that. So you want to be able to lift your feet up off the paper without the paper coming with you. Cool? All right, great. Now, check this out. We're going to learn to control weight transfer. I'm going to give you the basic paper exercise first. Lots of you already know this, but so I'm going to do that really fast. And then I have some new additions today for for a mindful muscular motion, right, to happen in between the two. So the first thing we're going to do with the paperwork, or with the paper, is you're going to say to yourself, lift, replace, right? So pick up, put down. So just pick a foot. Ready? Pick up, put down. Pick up, put down is going to happen in between every movement you make. So from here, watch. I'm going to pick up, put down, then I'm going to move to the side. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to pick up, put down. Now, the thing about that pick up, put down, right, is notice when I picked up and I put down, I didn't have to shift my body to do that. So as I slide the paper out, and I pick up and put down, there's no shift in my body. So I'm not picking up, putting down. What I don't want is as we shift for me to automatically be applying weight to this foot without thinking about it, and then have to shift my weight back to pick up this foot. The purpose for the basic part of this exercise is to get you to control when you want to leave a foot, when you want to take a step. So this is mindful weight transfer. You're only going to transfer weight when you decide to transfer weight. So I don't let momentum take me to a foot. I let momentum tell me where it wants me to go, but then I take myself to that foot. I make the choice to move. Momentum can put in the request, but I make the choice to move. Does that make sense? So that every step I'm taking is empowered. Yeah? Okay. So let's do this again. So from here, pick up, put down, pick a foot. Ready? Pick up, put down, out. Pick up, put down. Now from here, I can change weight. Change weight. I'm going to make sure I'm all the way weight changed, because what am I going to do with this foot? Pick up, put down. And I shouldn't, again, have to shift in my body to do that. I should be able to just pick up, put down. Now from here, I'll pull in. I do not put weight on it. I pick up, I put down, then I transfer weight. I pick up, I put down, and then I shift out. I pick up, I put down, then I transfer weight. I don't move this, don't start to move this in. Pick up, there should be no shift in your body. Put down, pull in, pick up, put down, change weight. Cool? From here, let's go ahead and go the other direction. So I'm all the way on one foot, right? My plumb line, my chin in front of my belly button over the ball of the foot. I pick up. I should be able to pick that foot up. By the way, when I put it down, I still don't put weight on it. I'm not transferring weight until I want to, right? So now I'm going to slide that paper out. I'm going to pick up, again, no shift in the body, put down, then transfer, pick up, put down, pull in, pick up, put down, change weight, pick up, put down, push out, pick up, put down, change weight, pick up, put down, pull in, pick up, put down, change weight. That's the basic one. And I kind of went through that fast because I want to add stuff to it, right? How are we all doing? Can you guys give me a thumbs up? Hi, Yvonne Antonacci. Thank you so much for the birthday gift. Yes, you should put your drink down for this, Stephen. Just give me a quick thumbs up if everybody has. Great, that's lots of thumbs up. Awesome. Perfect. So you can do toe, like the question is ball or toe, right? Either. Like I can do the toe, right? If you can't get enough pressure with the toe, Diego, go to the ball. You can push with the ball too, right? The only thing we have to be careful of is that when I'm sending out to move the paper, that I'm not sending my body at the same time, because I don't want to have to reshift to pick back up. But whatever, you could, for the record, I could be flat-footed. Move it out as far as I can move it out flat-footed. Does that make sense? As long as I'm not putting any weight on it. Yeah, it's hard if the floor catches. By the way, so let me just say, if you have a rough floor, if you have carpet, just try to do it without the paper, but be mindful. Mindful, right? So you're going to pick up, put down, put your foot out. Pick up, put down, transfer weight. Pick up, put down, pull the foot in. Pick up, put down, transfer weight. So if you can't, if your floor is not working with paper, right, you can still do this exercise. Yes. So Angelique, you're totally empowering the standing leg, because in order to do this, I have muscular engagement in my standing leg so that I can pick up, I can put down, I can move that, because if this is relaxed, if my standing leg is relaxed, there's a chance that as I pick up or put down, I'm going to wobble. Great, great, great. Okay, perfect. Now, let's add to it. Let's go backwards, right? So going backwards, what you're going to do, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pick up, put down, slide back. So I'm going to slide back. Now I'm going to pick up, put down. Now what's interesting about this is because it's a back step, when I go to transfer weight, I pick up, put down. When I go to transfer weight, I will pull this paper a little bit, and that's okay. So there will be, in the backward motion, there will be a little bit of an action before I pick up and put down. So as I transfer weight, there's the littlest bit of pull as I settle all the way onto this foot, so that I can pick this foot up and put it down. Does that make sense? So I'll do that again. From here, that weight transfer, I pick up, I put down. When I transfer weight, that will pull this leg a little bit. And let that happen. A little engagement to the floor, pulling the leg. Then from here, pick up, put down. Now pull this all the way through. And think about it from the knee. Think the knee bending first to pull the paper past, to be able to pick up, put down, then take the step. And it's going to pull that paper a little bit. You pick up, put down, and then from the knee, pull it all the way past. Right? And then pick up, put down. Cool? So that's it going backwards. Don't worry about it going forward right now. Just think sideways and backwards. Cool? All right. I want to get moving, right? So lots of you know this paper exercise. By the way, I have a brand new 20 for 20 on this paper exercise. It's being uploaded on my Facebook page. I mean, on my website. Okay, so now let's move on to part 2, right? Part 2, what we're going to do is learn to empower each step just a little bit, right? Hold on. Are we all good? What's up, Tommy Gibbs? So, yeah, no questions? Perfect. Okay, great. So, from here, what's going to happen is we're going to do the same exact side thing, right? So pick a foot. Everybody, pick up, put down, send out. Again, pick up, put down. Do not change weight. Some of you just got ahead of me. Pick up, put down again. Pick up, put down. This time, I'm going to push-pull. I'm going to push myself to this foot as I pull the paper from this foot. So I'm going to push-pull just to where I find that I'm fully centered over this foot, but I haven't completely pulled this foot in yet. Right? Now I'm going to pick up, put down. Now engage that leg to pull in. Does that make sense? We're going to go the other way. So pick up, put down, send out. Pick up, put down. This time, push, pull. You're pushing from this leg to this foot, still empowering it as we go, pulling this leg. So here, pull this leg, right? Realize when this leg is a pulling like lagged action, stop, pick up, put down. Now have this leg be a pulling in action, where it's moving the paper, pick up, put down. Because there's that moment at which ascending leg, right, is being responsive, right? Let me say this, that the leg you've left is kind of lagging, and then there's a moment at which it empowers, right, where it turns on the power, right? So we're kind of like feeling the moment at which this leg is being pulled to the moment it then is engaging, so it's being pulled from the momentum to the moment that it's engaging to be pulled in as kind of a purposeful thought. Yes, you are picking up, right, the knee, just like we talked about with the robots. That's absolutely right, Mark. Great. Awesome. Cool. So let's try that again. So, yeah, Diego, what did you say? No. So it's still zero capture, right? As I do this from here, as I pick up and I put down from here, as I push pull, I'm still zero capture, right? I don't need another step. So everything I'm doing is still zero capture, for those of you who understand what zero capture is. If you don't understand what zero capture is, you're all still part of this page. You can go back and watch what we talked about zero capture probably 3 weeks ago, I think. Right? Pick up, put down, pull in, pick up, put down, change weight. Pick up, put down, send out. Pick up, put down, push, pull. Pick up, put down, finish, pull. Does that make sense? So it's similar to what we do when we go backwards, right? Whereas you do this from here and you take the step, it pulls this a little bit. But now going backwards, I actually want you to push back, pick up, put down. I want you to push, pull again. Like really push that foot, slide this foot, then pick up, put down, pull through, pick up, put down, push the paper, push, pull, pick up, put down. So we're learning how to take steps, right? And learning how to control when we decide to use a foot, right? When am I deciding to leave a leg? So this is like a super controlled weight transfer exercise where every single weight transfer you take is on purpose. There's no point in time where you're taking a step that you didn't know you were taking. And I did this. Rafael Colon was a Latin teacher. Rafael Colon and Gabriela Young. They were number 5 or 6 in Latin back in the 80s. And back when like Rick Valenzuela, Melissa Dexter, and a bunch of them were dancing in Corky and Shirley Ballas. Anyways, Rafael was a dear friend of mine and one of my coaches at California Dance Center. And he's the one who taught me this exercise and made me do it a ton. And what he said to me is he said, Robert, I don't want you to ever take a step that you don't mean to take. Lots of things can happen to you. Lots of things can be acting upon you. But like if momentum makes me start to fall this way, go ahead and empower yourself to take that step. Don't make the momentum take you to the step. So he made me do this. Now what he made me do is put $1 bills under my feet. So he would have me bring like 10 brand new $1 bills or however many I had. Now remember I was like 19, so this was expensive, right? And if I screwed up at all, he got to keep the dollar bill. So I think I only lost $3 ever in all the lessons, because once you understand that there's a monetary loss to what you're doing, you learn this. But that's how when I'm dancing, every single step I take, I am purposefully moving my feet. I know where everything is going. So before we move on, because now we understand the 2 levels, there's going to be a third. The 2 levels, right, are pick up, put down, move, pick up, put down, move. Then there's pick up, put down, push, pull, pick up, put down, pull in. Yes?
From Jack.
When we finish the pull, are we still pulling using the standing leg to the knee? And like you talked about last, yes! Yes. Stephen White, you know Rafael? He was my coach for a very, very long time. One of my many coaches, I should say. So as we're here like this, when I pick up and I put down and I push pull, right, I still feel like this leg is pulling until I'm settled. And then I pick up, put down. From here, I don't just pull in. I do feel like my whole body pulls that foot in to pick up, put down, Jack. So it's always still full body. That's an excellent question. So we're at 12:26 right now, Mark. we doing okay? I want to make sure we're all good before we move on. Quick thumbs up. I'm gonna grab some water. What's that? While you guys are doing that, how's everybody doing question-wise, baby? Or thumbs up-wise? All right, cool. Great. Go back to the mirroring. All right, thank you all. Perfect. Great. All right, so now let's move on a little bit. Here's what I want us to do. Do you remember how, like in week 1, we talked about breathing, we talked about muscular engagement through each thing, right? And one of the things that we did is we did this whole lift up with muscular engagement and then slowly move down. Oh, there are some questions. All right, got it.
Does this go forward too? What was the full body?
Great. Does this go forward too? I don't do this drill forward, Velva, right? So this would work with tandus. Yes, it would for sure. So I don't do the pick up, put down, push forward, right? Pick up, put down, pull in. You could. Here's the reason why we focus so much on sideways and backward, right? We focus so much on sideways and backward because we're not built to do that. Walking forward has a natural physics to it, Velva. Walking sideways and backwards does not. So the reason why Raphael never had me go forward is he said, if as long as everything's working okay, you're going to walk forward perfectly, right? But we are not going to walk backwards and sideways perfectly. And we tend to, because of the way the knees break, we tend to move our body and then our feet when we walk sideways and backwards. Is that my phone or your phone?
Your phone.
Let me turn off the ringer. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so the idea there, right, is that walking forward, I naturally push. Most of us rarely fall forward, but most of us do fall backwards, and in West Coast Swing, we do fall to the side. Can you do the exercise forward? Sure. Is it as a necessity? Is it as a necessity? No. Like you could do this with the box step, couldn't you? Right? Pick up, put down, move, pick up, put down, pull in. Send out, pick up, put down, send out, pick up, put down, in. Pick up, put down, pull in, pick up, put down, switch. And you could do it as a box step. There is definitely, Jakob, this is a great question. You guys are awesome today. Lots of great questions. All right, so is there some overlap? There can be or not, right? So when I pick up and I put down and I send, and I pick up and I put down and I push pull, right? Right here, as I stop and I pick up and put down, this leg is still engaged and so is this, right? So as it pulls in, this leg is still engaged and so is this. So it's almost like I pause, but I do not turn off the muscles and then I continue. So if I did that in real time without stopping, right? If I picked up, put down, right? And I push, pulled, would there be an overlap between the legs? Yes, of course. For the sake of this exercise, we actually and then move so we can understand the muscular transition as it happens. Oh, that's amazing. Did you guys read Floor's comments? They saw Fabio do the paper exercise while doing quick step, which is amazing. Okay, a bunch of people just refreshing, I think. Yes? Okay, great. Let's move on. Now, so here's what I want to do. So now I want to add some mindful muscular motion. Mindful muscular motion. 3 M's. That's a Roystonism. Mindful muscular motion, right? So in the mindful muscular motion, right, I want to releve. We're going to releve up, or elevate, you could say, right? You're going to elevate, and then you're going to go down, Go down so that's both feet. Cool. You're going to pick a foot. You're going to pick up, put down. I want to right now releve on the standing leg, creating a little bit of pressure on the toe. Come back down, send out. Right? From here, right, I want to releve. So you're gonna actually be pushing that toe too, right? Come back down, pick up, put down, pick up, put down. Now change weight. What do you think you're gonna do now? You're going to releve, which means you're actually, can you feel how you're having to point that toe too? The toe that's opposite? Come back out, pick up, put down, pull in, releve, down, pick up, put down, change weight, releve, down, pick up, put down, slide out, releve, down, pick up, put down, shift. What's super important about this is there's lots of times in dance where I'm doing whatever I'm doing and I do this and the lagged foot has no energy. So in going to this releve, when we're out here, you're actually going to feel, without putting much weight or any weight on that, you reaching and pressuring the floor on the toe that's with the pointed foot. Yes, yes? Yes, Gail. Feels like nightclub. Feels like dance. It's dance. Dance is dance. Right? Just want to make sure we're all good. Hi, Laszlo. Yes, this drill just became a lot more of a workout. Cool? How are we doing? Now, same thing going backwards, by the way. Right? As we take this, it doesn't have to, Gary. So here's the deal. Let me go back to the side before we go backwards. So the question is, as I send out, right, and I releve from here, and I change weight, as I releve, does this paper slide in? No. See, there's no movement as I releve. Does that make sense? Then if I were to have pushed, if I pushed from here, as I releve, it might continue to pull in. Does that make sense? If I did the push part of it. But in the basic, no, it should not slide. If it does a little bit, fine, right? But it really shouldn't. How high up on releve are we supposed to go, Christine? I guess as high as you can, right? As high as you feel comfortable going, right? There's no like rule or law. Because even if you just releve a little bit, you're still engaging that leg that's out. You're like really, so we're using mindful muscular motion in both legs as we push. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, so now going backwards. So from here, we're going to pick a foot, right? I want to releve up, down, pick up, put down, right? Now from here, I'm going to pull, send back, right? I want to releve up, down. I'm sorry, I didn't pick up, put down. My fault. Say I would have had to give Raphael $1. Pick up, put down. Now, send and pull. Right, from here. Just ruined my paper. Now, as we're here like this, same thing. Releve up, down, pull the foot back, right? Releve up, down, pick up, put down, push, pull, releve up, down, pull in. Yeah. So, you that have done this before, hold on. What did Leslie say? Go up a little bit, baby. Always still full body, yes. When I say, so the question is, Leslie, what do I mean when I say always full body, right? I mean, so everybody just stand on a foot. Let's all do this together. Stand on a foot and be relaxed. And relax the standing leg. So everything's relaxed. Don't do anything, but think about that foot pulling in. So that just feels like that leg is pulling in, right? Now, put that foot out there. Turn the body on full muscular engagement, right? So your muscles are just becoming 10% tonal. Turn on. So there's that hum, right? That tonal hum. So there's that hum like this. Now from here, now imagine the foot that you're standing on and the hip, that the opposing hip and your ribs and everything is helping to pull that foot in. That feels full body. So it's still full body in its motion to move the other foot. Does that answer your question, Leslie? I hope. My love, can you get me another water?
Yep.
Oh, why don't you give me a raspberry one? We'll save those for you. Yes? Okay, yes, great, got it. Anybody else? Any other questions? Great. So now we can talk a little bit about, so there's the paper, right? So that's a good start. It's something you guys can do at home. If you have, you know, a kitchen floor, a hardwood floor, or something like that, it's gonna make a big difference. Yes? Hi, Angela. Patty. Great. Cool. You actually, it should feel like a lot of work, right? How are your feet doing? How are your feet and legs doing? Can you feel it? Yes, yes, yes? Okay, great. So I'm going to give you guys something else I want you to do. I was going to use my phone for this, but Mia is using my phone to mirror. So what I would like you to do now, right? Not right now, but at home. So you're going to do the paper exercise, right? Maybe 10 minutes or so of the paper exercise. But then when we talk about mindful movement, right? Or mindful muscular motion, right? Mindful muscular motion, the whole idea of that is putting into my conscious mind what my muscles are doing, right? So that I can think about muscles in transition, because that's really the key. It's been a real running theme for us, but you're just going to hear it from me over and over and over, because it is going to be the thing that creates quality of movement in your dance, right? So let me give you some stuff you can do at home right now, especially because you're bored, right? You're home, you're working from home, you want to take a break, stuff like that. So one of the things you can do, a little exercise, is how many of you remember the old cooking timers? Remember the white cooking timers that you would like turn and they would go click, 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 click. You could hear them ticking, right? You could hear them the whole time. I don't think that there's, I bet you there's not one. Alexa, play kitchen timer sound.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so there's an app for it. Mia's using my phone right now, so I can't do it. But there's an app for it that's called My Kitchen Timer. That's the one that I use. There's other ones as well. And what you do is you set the timer. And I want it's very intentional. I need you to hear the clicking. I need you to hear the tick, 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 right? So here's how I learned about mindfulness when it comes to the timer and how I want you to use it. So my therapist, because yes, I see a therapist. I've been seeing therapists since I was 26, so 24 years on and off of therapy, but very consistent for the last 5 years. This wonderful woman, her name's Ingrid, that I see every week, and if I'm traveling, I call her on the phone. So some of you may or may not know that I struggle with food addiction, and I binge eat. This is not like a made-up thing, like, oh, I have food addiction as a joke. It's true. So, and I used to be very, very heavy. 80 pounds more than I am now, and which we'll talk a little bit about later. But anyways, so one of the things that she said to me to do is anytime I feel like binge eating, anytime I feel like I want to eat that full box of saltine crackers with butter on every single cracker, because I would do that. I would put anywhere from 5 to sometimes 8,000 calories in my body in the course of about 10 minutes. Imagine, it's pretty crazy to do that to yourself. And I would do that multiple days in a row, late at night before I went to bed after a full day of eating. What she would say is, set the timer for 10 minutes, right? And listen to the click, 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 click. And at the end of the 10 minutes, see if you still feel like you want to have that food. And if you do, go ahead and eat. If you don't, so you gave yourself 10 minutes to be mindful before you made the choice, right? So what would happen lots of times, I would do that timer, and then I wouldn't want the food at 10 minutes. Or at 10 minutes when the timer went off, I would say, you know what, I want the food, but my portion control would be way better. And it was one of the tools 5-6 years ago that helped me to start to be more mindful and have maintenance in these moments. And now, since then, I've never tipped to where I have these food binges. They happen occasionally. I fall off the wagon for like one day or for a short period of time. They don't happen days on end like they used to. So I thought about this technique and I applied it. I brought it to a friend of mine who's a neurologist, and I was talking about this mindfulness and talking about how we could use it in dance. So the way we could use it in dance is that we put on that timer for 10 minutes, and every movement you make, washing the dishes, and put it into your daily life, washing the dishes, vacuuming, whatever it is, walking around, as you're hearing that tick, think about every muscular movement you're doing. So let's say I'm at my desk and I hear the ticking going. Did you download the app?
I didn't. I looked it up on your phone.
Yeah, I know, but because you're mirroring me. Yeah, great. So like from here, if I'm sitting at my desk and I have the timer going and it's clicking and I can hear it tick, 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 and I'm doing this, I go, okay, I want to get up and get coffee. All right, let me think about this for a second. I pull my feet underneath me first. I'm going to engage my quadriceps and I start to pitch my body. And then I push myself up. Now what? Now do a quick body check. What does my body feel like? Okay, great. So my coffee's over there. I want to go that way. So for the record, for 10 minutes, you're going to be moving very, very, very slow. Right? So then go, okay, so I have to pivot. I'm going to push on the balls of my feet to be able to pivot. Okay, that works. And I'm pushing with my back leg as I walk. Okay, great. And then you go and you get your coffee and you take a drink. And then you think, okay, how much bicep movement, how much bicep engagement do I need to bring the coffee or the soda water, right? And then how slow, 1, 2, 3, 4, what does resisted release feel like as I go? And then I'm going to walk back over to my chair. So what am I using, my back leg more, my forward leg? What am I doing? And as I go to sit down, what does my pitch and poise feel like? What do my legs feel like as I sit? So I'm doing mindful movement. Now this is important. I'm doing mindful movement with regular motion. Because most of the time we move through life and we don't think about how our body's moving through life. But we have to learn to control our body, right? We have to learn to control our body. We need to learn to give our body a command and then have our body respond to that command. That's one of the hard things about dancing. You learn a technique, you want to be able to tell your body to do that technique, and then you want to be able to move on and do other stuff. So the more you can put mindful movement into something that's already an illusion of always, the more empowering you're going to make your fast and slow brain. So what happens? So from here, what happens is, so this is my kitchen timer. I don't know if you can all see it. There it is. So it looks like this, and darn it. Right, so then if I set that, you can hear this. It sounds like a bomb about ready to go off. Right, so you hear that. I don't know how to stop it. Oh, there it's paused. Right. So, and then let me reset it. So, right. So, and then there's a pause and a reset. So, and then when it's done, now the reason why you want to hear this ticking is it's a reminder. The ticking is a constant reminder for 10 minutes of what you should be doing. Cool? So that's called mindful. It's called, or excuse me, this is called My Timer app. Go back a little bit. What's going? Let's see. Almost. Almost. So you'll be doing whatever it is you're doing, working through life. And then that happens. And then when that happens, right, you're done. And then you can just move. So this time delay is teaching, yeah, so here's the deal. The time delay, right, Maria, what the time delay is doing, like if in listening to the tick, 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 and being mindful, what you're trying to do is you're trying to remind yourself what it means, right, what it means to command the body to do something, and what's your mindful muscular movement in between. So we're attaching kind of conscious thought with movement that's already the illusion of always, which means movement you wouldn't normally have to think about. We don't think about how we stand up out of a chair. We don't think about how we sit down in a chair. So when I'm dancing, I want to be able to say, do an international leg, and my body immediately knows to strike straight, and I don't have to think about it. Do an American leg, and my body knows to strike bent, and I don't have to think about it anymore. So we have to somehow start to bridge the gap of commanding the body and then trusting it to do it. So we have to be mindful and then not have to babysit. So the best way to do that is to teach our body to be mindful in movement we already know. So that way when we're learning a new skill set, the body knows how to learn it and then separate it. Does that make sense, everybody? This is 60 minutes. Chris, that was the best. My name is Walter Cronkite, and this is 60 minutes. That's so funny.
Leo has a question.
Yeah, it's similar, except the reason why I don't want you to do it to music, the reason why I want the tick, is things like music. And if you set a timer for 10 minutes, so if I tell my Echo, well, which is my Alexa, I just didn't want to say it out loud. If I say set a timer for 10 minutes, right, there's a problem because there's no sound, right? So the problem is I can go, okay, for the next 10 minutes I'm going to be mindful. But if I don't have that thing, right, that thing reminding me, I will forget. After 2 to 3 minutes, you will forget. And the alarm will go off and you'll be like, oh, shoot, I was supposed to be thinking about what I was doing. I promise you, if you do not hear the ticking, you will not do this exercise to the same level of efficiency, right? So mindful muscular motion through everyday movement. Mindful muscular motion through everyday movement for 10 minutes. Set it, put it on a speaker where you can hear it, move around the house for 10 minutes with the ticking clock. I've been talking to neurologists about this. I think this is a really fantastic stuff. I just came up with this exercise, so it's brand new. You guys are, there's a couple of people that have had private lessons with me, but other than that, all of you are getting this for the first time. Great. Can I move on? How are we doing? Any questions? Any questions about how to do this exercise? I wonder why I can't see.
I don't know. I tried multiple times to get it back. Maybe I didn't try. Wait, until that. Tell them.
So it's called.
Danny posted it on the.
Danny Canziani posted it. For those of you looking for the app, posted it on the wall. Mine is called My Kitchen Timer. That's what it's called, My Kitchen Timer. But I think that there are other ones too. Just make sure you get one that ticks. That's the important thing, right? You could also, like, I don't know if there's like a ticking time bomb app that sounds like a ticking time bomb. I don't know. Right. Your friends use click training for dogs. It's very similar. Behavioral therapy, yes. My Kitchen Timer, that's right. Yeah, I guess so, Dana, that would work. So, no, I mean, as far as what I'm doing, here's the thing, Diego, I don't want to think so much about, I don't want to overthink what I'm doing. What I want to do is think about what I'm doing normally. So I wouldn't, from here, go, don't make anything extreme. So you hear the ticking and go, okay, I want to get up from my desk. So at home, or I want to get up from the couch. So let's say I have armchair things, right? And I put my, on the armrest, thank you, on the armrests, I would think, okay, I'm going to use my triceps. I'm engaging my triceps. How much do I engage my triceps to push? Don't go, I'm going to engage my triceps 50% as I stretch up and make myself dance. Actually, don't make this dance movement. Try not to over or under do anything. Try to see how mindful you can be as to your body's needs for doing normal things, right? So it's really like reverse engineering things that you learned when you didn't have to think about learning, right? When we were young. Right, and so as we're older, we have to start to, and when I mean older, I mean every one of you that are watching, because you're all over 15, right? So, like, relearning what you've already learned so that your brain understands the process will help you to learn new motor skills.
Arms on the chair, just chairs for your arms.
Right, right. Yes, Chris, I wasn't speaking correctly. Cool? We're all good? We understand that? I want to make sure we all get that before we go. By the way, that little ticking thing works for lots of things, right? So it doesn't just work for mindful muscular motion. It also works like I used for food, right? You can say, I'm going to only drink as long as this is ticking. And then have as much wine as the clock allows. All right. So we have the paper exercise, right? And we have the timer exercise, right, to train the brain. Yes? 10 minutes a day, that's all I want you to do. Somebody said to me, can I do it more than once, 10 minutes a day? Of course. You can do it 10 minutes in the morning and then do another 10 minutes at night, right? What would be very interesting is for you guys to give me some feedback as to maybe some things you've discovered. Like you might discover, oh my God, I didn't realize that when I stand up, I'm not using my legs as much and I'm using my back too much. Or when I stand up, I don't pitch my body, so I compress, right? I compress when I stand instead of elongating myself when I stand. Like, see if you have any sort of body discoveries on things that are good or bad, right? That you didn't even realize you do. Because the more in tune you are with how your body moves through life, the better. I promise you, I'm what's called a professional mover. That doesn't mean I'm a professional dancer. That means that I move through life professionally. I take stairs correctly. I walk through life correctly. I get into the car correctly. Like I'm very aware of how my body moves, which is how, especially more now than ever, I was saying to Mia last night that it's been years since I've really complained about certain hip injuries. I used to have plantar fasciitis. I've had knee surgery in my left knee. I've had shoulder surgery. I've had bicep surgery. I've had herniated discs. And I said to her, I used to twice a year wake up with a kinked neck, right? And then I started doing ideokinesis. I started to use some of the stuff that I learned in applied kinesiology as well, some of the stuff I learned in chiropractic, and I started to rethink and relearn and study people like the Franklin method and stuff like that. And now I haven't woken up with a stiff neck in years, but I used to get them all the time, right? And I used to be able to, I would stretch, and then my right hip would kill me, right? Doesn't hurt anymore because I'm doing different range of motion exercises and I'm being more mindful. So we can start to do so here I am at 50 having less body pain than I had at 40 because my mindful motion, my mindful muscular motion, right, is more present.
No real questions.
All right, great.
Just comments.
Great. All right, cool. It's all posted in this thing, but again, the exact name of the app is My Kitchen Timer. My Kitchen Timer. Great. Okay, perfect. All right, good. So we're going to move on. New stuff. I'm going to give you guys some fun homework. Let me come down here. Can you try on your phone? Because I really need to see how I look on this as I sit. So weird.
Yeah.
Maybe go to the big screen and see if... Sorry, we're having a little... where I don't see the comments. So strange.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe, you know what? Maybe
There it is. Try that.
Yeah, but we can't see the comments. Maybe it goes away.
Okay. Are you on your phone too live?
No, but I can do it now that it's charged a little bit.
All right, and tell me... So, can you all see me as I sit here like this? And can you see the paper? Just say yes. Because I can't see myself. Normally I can see myself. So can you all see me as I sit here like this?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, great. Cool. Just say yes. Because I can't see myself. Normally I can see myself.
Here.
Yes, am I good?
You're good.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna mirror my...
Okay. All right, so check it out. So here's what we're going to do. Lots of you have learned mapping, have learned different versions of mapping. I'm going to show you mine real fast, but then I'm going to give you homework. Now, lots of you at home will be like, oh, I've already done this and I've already done the homework. No, you haven't. Brand new stuff for every single one of you who's out there. All of you. Even you, Michelle, Janet, Leslie, my regulars, right? You haven't seen this either. All right, so what we're going to do, first we're going to do basic mapping. That you all know. So what is basic mapping? I'm going to show you my version. Some of you who are taking Gary and Susan's did Gary and Susan's version. My version, I don't know that it's easier. I don't know that it's harder. I tend to think it's a little more organic and it's a little less number oriented at first. I know that you go, what? Less science? But you'll see what I mean. What I do right, with the piece of paper, is for every beat, right, for every measure of 8, I draw a line. So I just draw a line for 8. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then for every new phrase, I start a new line, right? So if I did this, and I'll show it to you. Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool.
Cool Cool from Spotify.
They check me out, they check me in. Said I belong in the learning bed. Diagnosed love sick for you, girl, for loving you in my own world. The possibility of mutuality could kill my vibe, close my show. My interpretation's real. Don't tell me how you feel. Don't interrupt what I think I know. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. The love you bring makes my soul sing. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. Such a cool, cool thing.
Alexa, stop. I know. You can't see what I'm writing, and that's intentional. Okay. So you can hear that. So what did I do? I did this. Let's see if I can put it where you see it. I did this. Right? Cool. So now from here, Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool.
Cool Cool from Spotify.
They check me out, they check me in. Say I belong in the learning bed.
Alexa, stop. Great. So you can all see that, right? I just drew a line. I just drew a line for every 8 beats. Yes? Cool. I want to be here where you can see me, but I just want to make sure you all get that. Any comments? No comments? Okay, great. Now I did, and you don't have to do this. So I did intro. There's a 32 count intro music. Then I did verse. Then I did pre-chorus. Then I did chorus. And the reason why it's not verse, verse, chorus is because the pre-chorus sounds different than the verse, but doesn't sound like the chorus. So it's verse, pre-chorus, chorus. You don't have to do that unless you know that. You really don't. You just need to know the different phrases. You do not have to know whether it's a verse or a chorus unless you want to, right? How are we doing? Now this, lots of you have learned from me before, but the homework's going to be fun. So now, here's what we're going to do next, right? So I just want to make sure we're all on board. No questions? Everybody's got it? Okay, great. So now, I do the entire song, and be patient. Do the entire song, right? So, and this takes time, right, to do the whole song, but I want you to do the whole song, right? So, like, for instance, Alexa, continue. Alexa, fast forward 30 seconds.
Of two cool hearts. I'm happy now, ain't that swell? But will it last? I can't tell. No, your personality, your sexuality, the thing my world can't turn without. Oh, how about the way I am? Am I your loving jam? My guess is yes, 'cause I'm skipped the
So,
We have two questions.
all right. So, before I get to go ahead, what are the questions?
Does every song have the intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus?
No, that's why you don't have to worry about it. Not every song has intro, verse, chorus, pre-chorus. All of them usually have some sort of an intro, but not necessarily. So lots of songs just start on the first verse. Lots of songs start on the chorus, right? So so lots of songs go verse, verse, chorus. Some go intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Some songs don't have a pre-chorus. It goes verse, verse, right into the chorus, right? So it's all very, very different. You just have to worry about the phrase changes, right? So hold on, let me show you something. Alexa, back up 15 seconds. Alexa, play.
Hang everywhere, bang, bang, the reason my soul sang. Talking about you too late, 'cause simply we're a cool, cool thing.
Alexa, back up 15 seconds.
And again, not just again, you and me, baby.
Alexa, back up 10 seconds.
Want it to be everlasting,
So count this.
so on and so forth.
6,
Hallelujah.
7, 8,
Again, not just again, you and me,
7,
baby, doing the hang everywhere, bang, bang, the reason my soul
3,
sang. Talking about you too late, 'cause simply we're a cool, cool thing.
Right. Alexa, back up 20 seconds. Like there's a weird phrase there, right? Let's do this.
Yeah, everlasting, so on and so forth. Hallelujah. Again, not just again, you and me, baby, doing the hang everywhere, bang, bang, the reason my soul sang. Talking about you too late, 'cause simply we're a cool, cool thing.
Alexa, stop. So do you hear that? Like there's a tag, right? So like he doesn't stay. He stays in straight 32s, and then he gets to a point where he doesn't do 32. He does an extra 8 before he goes into it. So maybe some of you heard that, maybe some of you didn't. But what's going to happen is, what I would do is there's 5 8s there before it goes into the phrase change there. Does that make sense? So I do the whole song. And every time I go, oh, wait a second, that sounded weird. Go back, scratch out, restart, so that you make sure that every new line is a new phrase, right? And you're going to start to see a pattern form, right, throughout the song. Everybody with me on that? Did I lose you just now?
What do you do with, what do you do for odd count bridges?
Right. So for bridge, I mean, I would just put a bridge, obviously. But if it's odd, right, what I normally do is if I feel like there's an extra 8, I might put a plus that says, look, there's a plus 8 there, right? If I do as an example, so I don't want to ruin this page, this song. So let's say you might have a song that has a 16 count intro and then a 32 count verse, right? And then another 32 count verse. And then you might have a 16 count pre-chorus that goes into a 32 count chorus. That 32 count chorus might tag an extra 8 to it before it starts back to the verse, 16 count pre-chorus, chorus that has a tag to it, right? And you'll start to see like a pattern emerge. Does that make sense? And then as we get into the song, you're going to see that there'll probably be a bridge or what's sometimes called a breakdown, and they start to mess with you a little bit. But then you start to look and go, oh, there's a real pattern to what's going on here in the song, right? And only towards the end does that pattern break a little bit. Yes? Did I answer your question? Did I answer whoever's question that was?
What's a tag?
A tag is extra beats to the 32, right? So instead of it going 32, if it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. If the whole song's been 32, but in the chorus it puts an extra 8, we would say that it tags an 8. It's tagging an 8 onto the chorus. Some songs just tag 4. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll just tag 4 beats and then go. Anything that I do with 4 beats would look like this. Like there's a song called 24/7 by Glenn Jones, and at about a minute into it, it has a 20 beat phrase. And it looks like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what that would look like. If it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So a half measure would just look like that. How am I doing?
Good.
Right? Could you all see that? I don't think you all could see that. There we go. Yes? Great. Okay. Now, so you do the entire song, right? You do the whole song. Pick any song, right? I'm using, this is Everett Bradley's Cool Cool Thing that I'm using. Everett was a really good friend of mine, is a really good friend of mine. And he was in the Broadway musical Swing with me. And he came into the show one day, into the dressing rooms, and he gave all of us his CD. This was his very first CD. And I played it, and I realized Cool Cool Thing was a really great West Coast swing. So I gave it to John Festa, and John Festa started playing it at dance conventions, and now some of you who've been around a long time know this was a very popular song for a long time. Anyways, and Everett currently plays drums for Bon Jovi. He plays percussion for Bon Jovi. But this is his song, so I have the right, he gave me permission to use it. Okay, so now we're going to go back over it, right? And we're going to do some simple, low-hanging fruit stuff. And here's what I want you to do. This is what I do. Is my hand follows the 8, and I scribble. I scribble what I hear sound-wise. So what do I mean by that? Let me give you an example before I go through the whole song, right? Alexa, play. So if I went, so let me do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Your personality, your sexuality, a thing my world didn't realize. About the way I am, and I am slamming jam. My guess is just bigger than.
Great. Alexa, stop. So I was just showing you really fast my scribble. So there was a break, break, then a break, no break, then a break, then a break, then a break, and then a ha with his voice, right? So then I was going the sha-na-nee, na-na-noo-na, whatever he did, right? So I was just literally scribbling what I heard as I heard it in the 8. Yes? Does that make sense? How are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the comments, but is it helpful to hear the difference from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7?
Yes, it's helpful to be able to hear the difference between a 1 and a 5. That's going to take some of you a little bit of time, but yes, definitely helpful to hear the difference between a 1 and a 5.
It's a seismograph.
It's a seismograph, yes. I call it my hieroglyphics, but yes. It is going to be hard. Yes, this is hard. I will tell you, PJ Turner doesn't mind me talking about this, but I made PJ Turner do this to some songs that were unphrased, and he was cussing and swearing at me. I was videotaping him on Snapchat and sending it to Mia because PJ was so upset. He's like, this is hard. Yes. I learned how to do this when I was 20 years old. Mario Robau taught me how to do this, and I've done it this way ever since, and I'm going to show you because we still have homework to get to. So much easier to do than spreadsheets, yes. I'm going to definitely tell you, Gail, don't worry. Contour tracking. That's funny. I didn't know that. There you go. All right, so now, let's go back. So here's what we're gonna do. So we kind of want to do low-hanging fruit. So what I mean by that is I don't want to scribble every single solitary thing I hear. I do another pass of the song. Once I've mapped the entire song out just in 8s, and be patient. Don't scribble until you've mapped the whole song out and then gone back, looked at the song again and double checked your map, your 8-count map. So do all of that first, right? Cool. Now, some people like to put a dot for every beat of 8. That's okay. Some people like to do the circle things, the 1s and the 5s that Gary and Susan do. That's all good too. This is all good. None of those are bad. Mine's not better than theirs. Theirs isn't better than mine. This is just a new way of doing it, right? Or this is my way of doing it over the years. And again, I learned this from Mario, and then I kind of embellished upon it and added to it different stuff that we can do. And I have my own little code. I have my own little shorthand. So I know that if there's a bunch of lines and breaks, if there's a line on the bottom, if I go 8 and there's a line on the bottom, I know that that's something on 8. If it's just above the bottom of the line, I know that that's 7. If it's in the middle, I think it's 5. Does that make sense? If it's at the top line, if it's at the top of the line, so if it's like this, that's a 1. This line is a 1. If it's just below it, that would be beat 2, right? That there's a break on 2, kind of, sort of. So I have my own scribble. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Cool Cool Thing again. So I'm not going to do anything for the intro. The intro I'm going to leave alone. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool.
Cool Cool from Spotify.
I'll go ahead and do the intro too.
They check me out, they check me in. Said I belong in the lonely bed. Diagnosed love sick for you, girl. For loving you in my own world. The possibility of mutuality could kill my vibe, close my show. My interpretation's real. Don't tell me how you feel. Don't interrupt what I think I know. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. The love you bring makes my soul sing, yeah. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. Such a cool, cool thing, yeah. Am I dumb? Am I smart?
All right, Alexa, stop. All right, so a couple of things, right? So I tried to do some low-hanging fruit. This is my first pass. I did not chart the song this morning ahead of time, so this is my first pass, right? So my first pass goes kind of like this. Let's see if you can see it. Great. Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool.
Cool Cool from Spotify.
1, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5.
They check me out, they check me in. Said I belong in the lonely bed. Diagnosed love sick for you, girl. For loving you in my own world. The possibility of mutuality could kill my vibe, close my show. My interpretation's real. Don't tell me how you feel. Don't interrupt what I think I know. You and I together.
Alexa, stop. So that was my first pass. And I was just grabbing low-hanging fruit. Did I miss some things? Sure. I wasn't trying to hit everything. But does that make sense how you can start to see the song? Give me some yeses and thumbs up. There's an absolute impact to your social dancing, Ryan, I promise you. All right, great. So why is this important not just for choreography, but why is this important for social dancing, right? Because here's the thing. We start to map out music and we start to see patterns forming. So as you map music, you start to see patterns forming. And we're training our brain to find patterns and to find the patterns and then to reproduce the patterns on paper. So I'm listening for the patterns, I'm listening for the numbers, I'm doing it and I'm reproducing the patterns because that becomes a reinforcement to finding and establishing pattern. So because of this, because of doing this when I was 20 years old and learning this, right? I can now listen to a song I've never heard in my life while I'm social dancing, and my brain understands how to find and establish patterns. Because I've used this, I've charted like this thousands of songs. I kid you not, thousands of songs. When I first learned this, I was a nut about it. I probably did 20 or 30 the first week that I learned this. Because I was so excited about the idea that I could see patterns forming, that there was a science behind all of this, and that my body could start to attach to these patterns. Yes, yes? You're right, Teresa. And you'll find that in the pattern instruction that usually happens in the third or fourth go around of the break. And that's called a ghost break, where it does all the prep for a break and then a break doesn't happen. That usually happens later in the song. Cool? Okay, so now what do I want you to do? What's your homework? What are we going to spend? What are we going to do together right now? Cool? So again, I didn't chart this. Like, you're going to have to just trust me on it. You can go through this whole tablet. I did not do this chart for this song until just now. Cool? Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want you to pick a song of your own. This is your homework. You're going to pick a song. First, what I'd like you to do is chart the music, right? And by the way, so I would normally go back and do 2 or 3 passes on a song. I usually average 4 to 5 passes on a song, on one song. And I go in and I refine it, right? Every time I fall, oh, that was a 3, not a 4. Or like I go in and I refine it. Or I might put a word, if there's a word that I like, I might write what the word is next to the line. So I go back and I take my 4th and 5th pass are to just refine my notes and make sure that it's exactly where it's supposed to be, right? So part of your homework is I would love if a whole bunch of you, however many of you are brave enough to do it, would chart a song, take a picture of your chart with the name of the song and post it on the Facebook page. Now that's not the only homework we're going to do, there's more, right? So we have general mapping, that's what I call it, right? So where you're going to map the song, right? Or charting. So you're going to map the song. Then what I want you to do is so now you've physicalized it. It's almost like you're dancing with your pen, aren't you? Right? So you've physicalized it, like writing it down. Now I want you to watch it, and I want you to physicalize it with your finger. So what do I mean by that? Watch. Alexa, play.
The love you bring makes my soul sing, yeah. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. Such a cool, cool thing, yeah. Am I dumb? Am I
Look
smart?
at this. Alexa, play from the beginning. Alexa, stop. So you can see that I didn't worry about the 8. I literally just moved my hand on the lines and the scribbles that I made. So I start to physicalize what I'm doing. Does that make sense? And I'm putting it physically into my body. Can I manifest what I've seen in a body part? Is basically what I'm trying to do, right? Cool. Then, what you're going to do. Yes, Diego. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to put it into your knees. Alexa, play. Alexa, play from the beginning. Watch. Alexa, play from the beginning. Alexa, stop. And so I just put into my legs what I saw. Again, I'm not worrying about the 8s. I'm just trying to put into my body what I hear. So first, chart the whole song. Second, go through it 4 more times or 3 more times and find what makes that song specific to that song. What are the things that make it sound like it? Then, after you do that, put it just see if you can follow along your own hieroglyphics, right? Then stand up and see if you can put it into your legs. Are you with me on this so far? Everybody has the steps so far? Yes, rhythmic dictation, yes. Cool, everybody good? Okay, so now that we've done that, the next step that you could do is you could try to put it into your West Coast Swing basics. You could try to do that next if you wanted to. So, or there's a couple of steps I'm missing. Like one could be walking. Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool. And keep the paper in your
Cool
hands.
Cool from Spotify.
check me out.
Alexa, stop.
Check.
See, I just manifest what I saw with movement, right? I just walked and tried to make myself move to hit that. Are we starting to see the application a little bit? And this, by the way, is all so good. This is all so good that you can do, right? That you can do at home right now in this downtime. Pick a couple songs, right? Okay, so now the homework. Unless you have any questions, we're moving on. Speak now or forever hold your peace. You could combine it with the box step. You can combine it with the line dance that we do, right? All of it. Yes, for sure, Ryan. I'll get to that, I promise. Practice, Lance. How do you do this and stay time in the song? You practice. Don't worry about the eights yet because we're just worrying about the song specific thing. Okay, great. Here's what we're going to do now. Now what I'd like you to do is look at the pattern of a song, right? Look at the pattern of a song, and I want you to come up with a line dance. I want you to come up with a line dance that hits everything in the song. That hits everything you hear in the song. Now, if this song has weird phrasing. There's a moment at which it gets where it adds an 8. So I want to go through the song, and I want to go, okay, I'm going to try to put together for this song an easy 32 count line dance. A 32 count line dance that has enough space for me to hit all the stuff that I hear that sounds like this song. So you're going to all learn to choreograph your own line dance, and what I want you to do is to take that line dance, record yourself doing it, so you're going to put the chart and the song on the page, and then you're going to put your line dance on the page, and we're all going to be able to learn it. How's that sound? Scary yet? Leslie, forget about the 8s for a second. Don't overthink it.
How do we mark rhythmical things that come between eights?
This is great. So, yes, it's terrifying, Laura. So if I have something that goes from this to here, I'll do it in the middle. Like if there's a wah that goes from 8 to 1, I'll literally carry it. Can you see how I carried it from 8 to 1? So if there's something that goes from 8 to 1, something rhythmical, I literally just fill in the space between the two. The 8s are going to become important in a second, I promise you, Leslie. Now here's the deal. You don't all have to do it. You don't all have to do it. But what do you think I would do? If this challenge was given to me, what do you think I would do? How many of you saw my jump rope thing on my birthday? I will do every line dance that's posted. That's a promise. I will do every line dance that's posted. I would do it exactly. Okay, great. So, that's right. So here's what we're going to do. All right. So let's just do some basic stuff, right? So I have, I'm not going to start the line dance on the first 32. I'm going to wait. So I'll let the first 32 go, and I'll start on the chorus. So you check me out, check me out. Okay, so there seems to be a running 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of thing going on throughout. So let's just put a basic. So what's our basic West Coast swing? Walk, walk, triple step. What's a basic 8 count? Let's do a basic 8 count. Walk, walk, triple step, walk, walk, triple step. So let's go to the left. We'll start with the left. So we'll go walk, walk, triple step. Cool. Now, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's try that. So go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go back 5, 6, 7, and 8. I mean, I could do that. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's see. Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool.
Cool from Spotify.
So let's try it. This is easy. We'll go to the left. 6, 7, 8.
They check me out, they check me in.
Alexa,
Said
stop.
I would
All right, I don't like going back and forth, so we're going to change this. So let's go to the left. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's go 5. Let's do a heel. 5 and 6, because there's a little thing on 5 and 6. 5 and 6, and let's go and 7 and 7, and let's hold beat 8. Let's do that. All right, so we're going to go. So we'll go walk, walk, triple step, heel, heel, heel with the hold. Walk, walk, triple step, heel, heel, heel with the hold. This is our Sunday with Science line dance, right? So we'll go walk, walk, triple step, heel and heel and heel with the hold. And now let's go ahead and repeat it the other way. Walk, walk, triple step, heel and heel and heel with the hold. Right? Alexa, continue.
in bed.
Let's just start on the next phrase.
Diagnosed,
No.
not sick
Alexa,
for
let's play from the
girl.
beginning. So we'll wait. Although it fits. Hold on. Alexa, play from the beginning. Watch. Alexa, stop. I screwed up my own line dance. Alexa, play. Alexa, play from the beginning. All right, Alexa, stop.
They check.
So it didn't work as we kept going. We're gonna have to add some stuff, but it works for the first 2 8s, right? So we're gonna go. Let's see. There's a big break on the 5 at the end of every single phrase. There's a big break, so I'm gonna want to do something on that. So I have to do something for the third 8. Okay. So here we go. Hold on. Wow, Chris, that was a big question. All right, so check it out. So should the line dance be prioritized consistency or specificity? Actually, I'd like it to be both. I'd like you to consistently live within a 32 count structure, but that when there's specific things that happen in the music, there's space for you to do it. Now, are you going to hit every single thing in the music? No. Hit the low hanging fruit, right? So watch, you'll feel it as we go. All right, so we're going to go, right, this is like choreography on the fly, it's right. All right, so we're going to go walk, walk, triple step, ready, go. Walk, walk, triple step, heel and heel, heel and hold. Same thing. Walk, walk, triple step, heel and hold. So let's say what, let's, because we're going to turn this around. From here, let's take a big 5 going forward, 5 with a quarter of a turn. Right, 5 with a quarter of a turn. And let's group, let's make this, this is, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, hold 8. Make this a 1. 1, let's rock it. 2, 3, 4. Let's just rock back and forth. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then let's do a half of a turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do that. Because that's going to be our third 8. That's happening in our third 8, which is building up to our resolve. So let's try, put your left foot heel forward. Let's do a quarter of a turn to the right and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go the other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I like resolves to the tonic. There's like a break. He hits a break on the 1. He accents the 1. Then it builds. Then it goes in 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 on his resolve on the 4 final 8s that I've captured. So it looks like this. So what I'm looking at is there's a big accent on 1 and then 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Accent on 1, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Right? Accent, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 on the last 8 of every phrase. So let's do this. Let's do some Lindy Hop stuff, right? So let's go, we're here. Let's go and 1, hold 2, and 3, hold 4. Then let's go back and forth, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. So we'll do that again. Your quarter of a turn, this is going to be a one-wall line dance. It's only going to face one wall, right? So from here, go forward and 1 with the left, and 1, hold 2, back, and 3, hold 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And then that's 32. So we have to start the dance over from there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do the heel. 5 and 6, heel 7, hold 8. Now go the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do the heel. 5 and 6 and 7, hold 8. Now take a big 1. 1, 2, 3, other side. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, hold 2, and 3, hold 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Yes? Right. So there's a couple of things here, right? So, is this how I choreograph Fever? Yes. Well, there's a couple things that we did for Fever. When Lorena and I choreographed Fever, we used Fever as our social dance song to warm up the year prior. As just social, we would social dance to Fever because it was our favorite song, and then we would practice our routine. So it was already like in our head, and we would social dance to it, and it became our favorite song to social dance to. Once we started to choreograph Fever, even though we knew the song like the back of our head, I went through and charted it, right? Just like this, and then choreographed it. And right, so the idea here is I'm leaving lots of space. So let's try the whole dance again. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, hold 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, hold 8. Rocket 1, 2, 3, 4, rocket 5, 6, 7, Lindy forward, and 1, hold 2, and 3, hold 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and then keep going. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. 5 and 6 and 7, hold 8. Rocket 1, 2, 3, 4, rocket 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Cool. So here's the deal. Couple of things. Why did I pick this content? Just cause. How much content do you have? How much content do you have at home? I gave you 3 weeks ago, I gave you a series of Legos, didn't I? Kickball changes, touch steps, slow walks, fast walks, tango, foxtrot. Go back to your pieces of paper and literally pick something. Triple step. What kind of triple step? Just start to pick stuff. I gave you all the Legos. I just picked it. I took swing timing, walk, walk, triple, walk, walk, triple. I started with that. I didn't like how it felt. So then I could have done touch and touch. I decided to do heel just cause. It was just, I just threw something at it, right? So there was no like, ooh, would a heel be better than a toe? Nah, just did it, right? Just did it. Don't overthink this. Okay. By the way, somebody said, what's resolved to the tonic? So you have to go back to my first musicality session, right? And resolve to the tonic. That's the resolution, right? The resolution to the tonic or the keynote of the song or to the new one. So like in do, a deer, a female deer. At the end of it, she goes, that'll bring us back to do, 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 a deer. The resolution is that'll bring us back to do, 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 a deer. And so that's the resolution. So it's kind of like that'll bring us back to do, 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 a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run, so a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so tea I drink with jam and bread. That'll bring us back to do, 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 do. Ah, see that? Look at that. I just created a line dance that fits perfect to it, right? Because there's only so many ways music is structured. All right. Questions? No, it's not related to the now exercise right now. Not yet. Okay, great. So let's try it. Here we go. So we'll do it. So, Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool. Let's do this.
I can't find the playlist Cool Cool. Let's do this on Spotify.
Alexa, play my Spotify playlist Cool Cool.
Cool Cool from Spotify.
Don't do it yet. Wait for this to pass. Five, six, seven, go.
Check me out, check me in. Said I belong in the lonely bed. Diagnosed lovesick for you, girl. For loving you in my own world. The possibility of mutuality could kill my vibe, close my show. My interpretation's real. Don't tell me how you feel. Don't interrupt what I think I know. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. The love you bring makes my soul sing. Yeah. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. Such a cool, cool thing. Am I
Alexa,
dumb?
stop. Great. So it generally fits, but there's some moments that maybe we could make better, right? So there's space for us to make this line dance a little bit better. There's space for us to make it hit a little bit more. Are y'all okay with this so far?
Seems like it.
I do have the skill and confidence to make it work to any song. It's true. Great. So now let's do this. So could I? What are the things that I could do? What are kind of my islands, right? So as we go, if we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4, I'm landing on my left. Could I go? Could I just go 1, 2, 3, 4? Sure, of course I could. Right? So let's try that. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just hit the heel on 5. 5, hold it 6, 7, 8. Does that work? To then go back 1? It does, right? Because let's think about my islands. If I go, by the way, what I mean by islands, I mean like foot change moments or direction change moments, right? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What islands have I hit? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 5. Now I was going 5 and 6 and 7, and it was just staying there for 7 and 8, and then going back, right? So if I go, slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That works, doesn't it? I could do that while somebody else does the basic line dance. Do you know this? You didn't learn this as you're sitting there, did you? You want to come up and don't trip over the cord? Come here. Don't trip over the cord. So, stay there. So go with your left foot. Mia didn't learn this, but she's going to learn it right now. Say hi.
Hi.
Right, so we're going to go to the left, go walk, walk, triple step. Walk, walk, triple step. Now go heel, and hold. Do it the other way. Walk, walk, triple step. Heel, and hold. Do it again. Walk, walk, triple step. Heel, and hold. Again. Walk, walk, triple step. Heel, and hold. So you're going to do that, right? And don't look at me, but I'm going to say what you're doing. Ready? Go. Walk, walk, triple step. Heel, and hold. Go. Walk, walk, triple step. Heel, and hold. So we end up in the same place. So I don't have to do all of that. I can do the slide and the heel, right? Or I can fill the space in the middle. Does that make sense? So it's a little like, instead of taking my triple steps, doing a touch step, or I'm syncopating within. So again, stay forward so you can't see me, right? So you're gonna go walk, walk, triple step, heel, and hold, right? Ready, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, hold 8. Right? And we're in the same place. And then rock it out. We can both rock it out the other way, rock it out, right? And then we do the ball change, back and forth, ball change, ball change, ball change, ball change. Cool, thanks. Right? Does that make sense? so everybody's good with this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this and go, okay, on the big break sequences, that's where I'm going to do that variation. And on the non-big break sequences, I'm not. So we're going to start with that. So, Alexa, play my Spotify playlist, Cool Cool.
Cool Cool from Spotify.
Here we go. 5, 6, 7, bass it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
For
1,
loving
2, 3,
you
4.
in my
5,
own
6,
world.
7, 8. Slide forward.
The possibility of mutuality could kill my vibe, close my shoes. My interpretation's real. Don't tell me how you feel. Don't interrupt what I think
Six,
I
back to basic.
know. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. The love you bring makes my soul sing. Yeah. You and I together, such a cool, cool thing. Such a cool, cool thing.
Here's the basic.
Am I dumb? Am I smart? To avoid confliction of two cool hearts. I'm happy now, ain't that swell?
Variation coming up.
Last, I can't tell. No, your personality, your sexuality, the thing my world can't turn without. Oh, how about the way I am? Am I a slamming jam? My guess is yes, 'cause I'm scared to doubt that you and I together, such a cool, cool thing. The love you bring makes my soul sing. Yeah, you and I together, such a cool, cool thing. Such a cool, cool thing. Yeah. Shining on at the beat. All I want is to be everlasting, so on and so forth. Hallelujah. Again and again, not just a friend. You and me, baby, doing the hang everywhere. Bang, bang, the reason my soul sang. Talking about you, do like us simply. We're a cool, cool thing. Hey, oh, hell, your personality, your sexuality, the thing my world can't turn without. I know about the way I am, and I am slamming jam. My guess is yes, because my soul singing.
Alexa, stop. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the phrasing changed. So all of a sudden, we didn't start on the new one this way. But I didn't care. What I did is I mixed and matched the parts to still hit the music because I understood the pattern of the music, what he was doing, even when he extended and took beats and added beats to it, so that the line dance still fit. Does that make sense? Did you all get that? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some yeses. That's fun. That's really fun. The cool, cool thing line dance. Look, we just created it. That was awesome. Super easy. By the way, you will get brownie points. You'll get brownie points if you learn this one and do it to the song with all the breaks and stuff. That's not a full, you don't get a full grade. That's partial homework. Doing your own line dance would be better. If you do your own line dance, you get extra credit. Yeah, so what's interesting, what looks off, is that we get to the point where we think this is always the new one. But then he added a beat. So all of a sudden, this became where I wanted to put the break, and I put the break there, but then I did the basic going back that way because actually the new one happened as I went to the right. How many times when we're social dancing is one not one? All the time. How many times do phrase changes happen in the middle of a pattern? All the time. So we have to learn to adjust to that. So I created a line dance with enough space and structure that I could manipulate it, knowing, based on my charting, that there was going to be an extra 8. So I made sure that I left lots of space and a simplicity, right? Something that you could replicate, make it very simple, and have room to be specific to the song as it happened. Yes, yes? So Christy, kind of, right? This is a great question, everybody. Now, here's the deal. Like, let me go back and answer a couple of these things, right? So Floor's question is, or comment was that she hears more of the musicality stuff, like some of the lyrics and stuff like that. That, I get it. Like, you're going to hear more. What this is teaching you is kind of the low-hanging fruit musicality-wise. Does that make sense? Are there other things I may choose to hit? Sure. But what I'm teaching you is how can I create something duplicatable? How can I create something duplicatable that hits this music? Why is that important? Because when I'm social dancing with somebody, or in a Jack and Jill, or in a Strictly Swing, most of the time I'm trying to hit the music in such a way that is duplicatable for my partner to hit that same piece of music. They might not hit it the same way I hit it, but I still want them to hit it. So I want my followers to create, musicality that I can duplicate, and I want my leaders to create musicality for the followers that they can duplicate. But we have to train ourselves how to do that. How can I simply create something? As we did that dance, I can make that dance look exactly like it's built to that song. Now, are there some other things in the music that I could have hit? Absolutely. And as I dance this dance more, could I grow and do some of that? Like I started to already. Like it went, boom, your personality, boom, and I want your sexuality. Like, you can play with all of that. You can learn to play with the lyrics as well within the structure. But here's the deal. The structure's in 32. Now, as you chart a song, if you chart a song and it's consistently in 40 beat phrases, so it's consistently 5/8, or it's consistently 48, it's consistently 6/8, or it's consistently 3/8, whatever it is, when you look at the pattern, what's the most consistent phrase? Make your line dance that long. Does that make sense? And then try to take those 3/8 or 4/8 or 5/8 or whatever and put it over and go, okay, if I have an extra 8 here, how does that, once that extra 8's added, or 16 beats are added, or the bridge or the breakdown or the whatever throws it off, does the line dance still fit? Do I still create space for it to fit? Right? That's kind of the challenge, right? To be able to create successful line dances like that fit anywhere in the music. Now, why for social dancing? This is another reinforcement in your body of understanding pattern structure in music, understanding things that are being duplicated in music, and understanding when music changes, how I can find space to still stay consistent with what I'm doing. So if I'm dancing my dance and there's a phrase change in the middle of my pattern, I want to make sure I can still hit it and hear it and accent it. Yes, yes? Yes. Like, so Anina, you could say, if you teach this line dance and you go, just so you all know, every time the chorus hits, we're going to do an extended break. So at the end of the chorus, so it's a basic 32. So let's say we go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, hold 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, hold 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. But every time the chorus hits, when we do the break and the hit and the break, when it goes da 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 da, there's a hold, and then the dance starts over. Could you make that part of your choreo? Absolutely, you can do that. Because you could actually teach that to people. I would like these dances to be duplicatable enough that you could teach it to a group class of people, right? Because I could just freestyle this whole dance and there'd be no system to it. There'd be no pattern structure to it, right? Great. What did you say, Shay? Right. Verse to chorus is your biggest change. That's right. No problem. Right. So, like, one of the things I used to do with my solfege line dance, I used to do it to Outkast's "I Like the Way You Move," and so we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and when the chorus came in, that was all in the verse. The chorus would go, "I like the way you move, ba-dum-bum. I like the way you move, ba-dum-bum. I like the way you move, ba-dum-bum. I like the way. I like the da-dum-dum." And then if the verse started again, we would go back to the verse with the solfege line dance. So I always did the grapevine, slide, walk, walk, grapevine, slide, walk, walk. Every time the chorus was happening in Outkast's "I Like the Way You Move," and I would do the solfege line dance during all of the verses and the bridges and any instrumentals that happened, right? So by the way, you guys can do the solfege line dance with the grapevines and the walk walks to Outkast's "I Like the Way You Move." I can't play that because I've already tried that one and it gets eliminated from this, so I don't want it to drop off Facebook. Yes? Yeah, so can you do like an A-B line dance? You could. So what's an A-B line dance? That's where I have a part A and a part B. So the part A is always on the verse and the part B is always on the chorus. You could absolutely do a part A, part B line dance. I don't necessarily, I would like you to try. It's harder to create one line dance that usually a part B is something completely different than part A, right? So from here, as I'm doing this slide and this heel, it's not completely different, right? Because it's not a complete variation from it. So usually part A and part B, usually part B is a complete variation of it, not just a syncopation of the basic part of it. So you could do A-B if you want. I want you to try to do it a little bit more like I just did it, where within the basic line dance, you find modifications, right, to hit the music that are teachable. Yeah, how we doing? That's right. All right, I think we're good. Yes? So your homework is to find a song, map the song, right? Chart the song, put your chart on the page, and then put your line dance on the page. You do not have to put your line dance on the page if you don't want to. And I won't judge you if you don't. I'm just going to tell you that now is the time to attack life. I know that sounds weird because we're all stuck at home. But we can be stuck at home, like sitting around doing nothing and feeling bad about ourselves and feeling bad about what's going on in the world, or we can still choose to attack, right? There's controllables and uncontrollables. I talk about this all the time. This is a controllable. You can come out of this quarantine significantly better dancer than you went into it. Significantly knowing music more, doing your body controllables more than you've ever done it before, which will improve your dancing tenfold. Doesn't need to be on Spotify. Like, I would like it to be a song we could all learn and do. Right? So if it's on Spotify, great. If it's not, like, it can be whatever. I don't care. I don't care what the song is. You know what? I do care. If you could do no cuss words. Don't do any gangster rap that has a bunch of bad words. I'd rather there not be bad words, just because. Can we have a more gentle word than attack? Yes, you can. I want you positively to go forth in the world, even though you can't go outside. right? So we are going to embrace our ability right now to improve ourselves while we have the time alone. Oh, that's so funny. I said embrace too. Thanks, Dana. All right, great. Cool. So listen, here's the thing. Lots of you have asked, because I did my workout thing, some of you saw my workout thing on Facebook, and I've probably had 10, maybe more, maybe 15, including even some this morning. People ask me about working out, what I do, what do I eat, all that kind of stuff. Like, do you have my phone, Dave? Are you streaming from yours or mine?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if some of you know this or not. By the way, Kyle and Sarah have a brand new series starting this upcoming Wednesday, so please check it out. I've watched a bunch of their series. Their footwork stuff rocks my world, and I use their training and exercises all the time, so please check that out. Let me show you guys something. You ready for this? This is going to be scary. Hang on. So lots of you have seen this, and lots of you have not. So everybody look at this. Can you all see that? That's me. Now, you're going to have to get past the mustache. That's the problem. Most of you right now are like, look at that mustache. What I want you to look at is the belly hanging over the belt. So that's me, 80 pounds. I don't know how many kilograms that is more, 40 something kilograms more than I am now. Right? That's not a poofy shirt. That's fat hanging over that belt. Right? So that was me over 25 years ago. What I look like. Right? So this is the chance, right? So, Sarah's putting a promo code. So check out Sarah's promo code. Pretty please. So that was me fat. I'm not fat anymore, right? I still struggle. Like right now, I'm not as fit as I wanted to be at 50. But I'm gonna go on a journey between now and June 1st. If you want to go on the journey with me between now and June 1st, I'm doing something for my master dancers. I'm doing something for the older dancers in the world. I have another page like this, the Royston Live Facebook page, and it's called Fittest Over 50. Here's what's going to happen for Fittest Over 50. You're going to work out with me twice a week. I'm going to lead you through a workout twice a week live, just like this. I'm going to have interviews with my team, my trainers, a friend of mine who's a physician, he's a cardiologist. He's the one who helped me get involved in all of my fiber stuff. I have a chiropractor that's going to be talking to you. I have fascist training specialists that are going to be helping about movement and everything else. I'm going to be doing a page specifically geared towards health and wellness called Fittest Over 50. But it's not just going to be, there'll be some dance element to it for sure, but it's going to be more fitness. If you want to join me between now and June 1st in a Fittest Over 50, send me a private Facebook message. And I'm going to have another page just like this. Twice a week, I'm going to lead you in a workout. I'm going to have interviews. I'm going to post all kinds of stuff. And we are going to change our bodies between now and June, right? So, and we're going to talk about even things like what maybe some of the masters, some of the people over 50 should really start to think about when it comes to wardrobe for Jack and Jill's and Strictly Swings and how we dress and things like that. So Fittest Over 50, please, if you want to join me, tell your friends. I'm going to do a promotion for it. I'll do a commercial for it, everything else. That'll all be posted in the next couple of days. Send me a private Facebook message if you want me to be a part of your training support team for the next 6 weeks, right? Between now and June 1st. Again, 2 live workouts a week, plus a whole lot of other stuff, right?
Do you have to be over 50?
Okay, so listen. I knew this was going to happen. People are going to say, do you have to be over 50? The whole page is going to be geared towards over 50. Do you have to be over 50? No. But you can't come in and ask something about what it means to be 35, right? So so you can absolutely be a part of it if you want to join the workouts. That's okay. Just know the page is geared towards the dancer over 50, right? So it's Fittest Over 50. So when I talk about the masters, clothing and all that other kind of stuff, and I show maybe some examples what I feel like masters wear and maybe what they shouldn't be wearing as they go, like please don't pop in and ask a question, what should I wear if I'm 25? Right? So I'm really gearing this towards the older dancer. But if you want to join the workouts and you want to join this fitness and wellness page, you absolutely can. Of course, I'm not going to stop you. I want you to be a part of it. So if you're interested in this 6-week challenge, it's not really quite 6 weeks. Anyways, I'm starting this Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday is going to be the first workout, right? So I'm going to do the workout this Wednesday, 6 p.m. East Coast time, and I have all the variations. So I have what to do if you can't, I don't know if most of you know, my mother has Parkinson's disease. So I've given my mother a series of exercises. My mom and I can do the same exact 20-minute high-intensity interval training exercise. I do all of the modifications for her. Many of you know, many of you don't know, I'm certified in lower back and fascia training with the Franklin Method. I'm a member of the International Association of Dance Medicine and Science. I've gone through the National Exercise and Strength Training Association's Biomechanics Specialist Program. I'm actually redoing the next part of that right now. So I'm an International Olympic Committee fully accredited coach. And I used to be an aerobics teacher at Crunch Fitness in Manhattan and also at New York Sports Club. So lots of you don't know that part of it. So I'll be able to give you all the variations. So if you need to do something up against a wall that somebody else is doing down on the floor, I will give you all the variations at the beginning for the first 5 to 10 minutes. I'll give you what we're going to do, all the variations. Then we're going to do a 20-minute high-intensity interval training workout. I'm going to talk about food. I'm going to talk about recipes, and I'm bringing in experts to talk to you. And I'm talking very fast right now. So if you're,
What's the price?
so here's the deal. It's going to be between now and when I put it out to the public, it's going to be $150. It's $150 to do this. You're getting me twice a week. Right? What would you pay for gym membership and personal training? So it's $150 if you're interested to do that. Don't send me $150 right now. Don't do that. I'm knocking $10 off for everybody here, so it's $140 for this group. When it gets put on the commercial, on the big internet, the video I'm going to do, it's going to be $150. So it's $150.
For how many days?
Well, you're guaranteeing 2 workouts a week. I'm guaranteeing you 2 live workouts a week. Right? So twice a week, we're going to have a live situation like this, but there's going to be lots of stuff daily almost, throughout the page. I'm going to be posting recipes. I'm going to do some stuff where I videotape myself cooking I have like healthy risotto that I make, and I have different fiber stuff that I do. I have healthy spaghetti that I make. I have healthy pesto. So I'm going to show you the recipes that I do. I'm going to talk to you about supplements. I'm going to review supplements. I'm going to talk about the supplements that I use and that I take to keep myself fit as well. And I'm bringing in my team, like my trainer Mario, who's been my trainer for 9 years. He's already agreed to come in and do an interview and talk to all of you. So lots of that stuff is happening as well. Cool? So if you're interested, send me a private Facebook message. We can work that out. I'm launching Fittest Over 50 on Wednesday. Cool? 6 p.m. Eastern time, that's right.
Will it be recorded sometimes?
Yes, and it's going to be recorded. It's just like this. So you can go back and do the workout if the time doesn't work for you. Cool? I'm going to talk about the apps, everything. You can do all kinds of stuff, right? Fittest Over 50. So join me if you want. Also, of course, Sunday Science with Royston in May. We'll talk about that next week, but if you guys want to keep doing this on Sundays, we'll do this all the way through the month of May as well. I'll work out a very special deal for all of you that are staying here with me for the 4 weeks in May. I'll make it good. I know that there's lots of content out there, and money is kind of tight for some of you, so I'll try to make a good deal. I'll give you guys a great deal for May. I haven't worked out what I'm going to do yet, but we'll figure that out. Cool? All right, there will be vegan recipes for sure. All right, listen, we're done. I love you all so much. Again, if you're interested in Fittest Over 50, great. The live lessons are going to continue through May, so please, I'll give you all that information in the up and coming week, and you'll be able to re-sign up for that if you like it. Tell your friends, please. If you like this, tell your friends, please. I love you all so much. I know there's lots of content out there right now. I feel like we have a very special connection. We all do on our Sundays. So I'd like to keep it going. I love this core group of a little over 100 of you that join me every single Sunday. Don't forget to check out Gary and Susan. Don't forget to check out Kyle and Sarah. Sarah put a link in this. Jake Hanning has stuff out there. Stephen White. Check out Stephen White. Just did a great thing last Thursday. Check out Stephen White's stuff. Love him. There is lots of that stuff that's going on out there. So, and of course, please always stay with me. I love you all so much. What did I promise? Oh, Alexa, play I Will Survive.
Here's I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor on Amazon Music.
All right, so I'm going to let this song play out because I killed it the last time. I love you all so much. Enjoy your Sunday. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. You're amazing. I will put a question segment on here. Yes, thank you you all so much. Enjoy. Get up and dance. Let's do the line dance. I wonder if it works for this.
Just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me, Lord, now go. Walk down the door, just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no matter, I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey, only the Lord could give me strength not to fall apart. Though I tried hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart, and I spent oh so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high and you see me. Somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you, and so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free.
Alexa,
Now I'm
stop.
saying,
All right, listen. Thank you all so much. I hope you had fun. We'll see you later. Take care.